Greetings, fellow Star citizens. Zahn245 here with something a little different for you. I am, like I'm sure many of you are, eagerly awaiting the first instalment of the next great Starship. A couple of friends and I decided that we would also give this whole contest a shot. Turns out designing even just a space gun is actually quite difficult. Needless to say, we didn't have a clue what we were really doing, and we didn't have the time or expertise to finish the project. However, we thought we would share what we've done so far, and, well, you never know, it might help some of you guys along the line. We might have something here that will help inspire something regardless. So, first things first, we did some concept art, and got some of that here I can show you. So, kind of looking mainly a sort of pylon mounted weapon was our kind of main idea, where we were looking at different kind of barrel configurations. We really quite like the triangular barrels on the Badger, but we wanted to kind of take that, do something different with it. Here we were trying to nail down the exact kind of shape of whether we wanted to have something a bit flatter or something a bit rounder, and the different kind of exhaust mechanisms along the back of it, and for radiating all the different heat, and also trying to work out what kind of colour. Obviously science is important, so we splashed up some colour, which kind of playing around with all the different things. Another design there. We also kind of had a phase of trying to decide what some sort of animation. So we were trying to thinking, does the barrel here split open and reveal the gun inside? Perhaps it closes up for masking the heat signature. And barrels, are we talking big barrels, thick barrels, thin barrels, triangular, round? Kind of, we had a bit of a thing. We were pretty sure we were going with it some sort of triple barreled mechanism, but that's all of those. But yeah, so we did our doodling, good old pencil and paper, and then we were like, right, we need to get this in 3D, get this on the computer. So we had a look around. None of us have got any fancy pants 3D modeling software, so we found Blender, which is this free software. It's kind of like GIMP is the free version of Photoshop, you could say, and the Blender seems to be the equivalent for 3D modeling. So we gave that a go and started trying to work out how on earth to use this software that we'd never looked at before, let alone heard of. So this is what we came up with. Here we have the internal workings of the gun, with the main spherical particle accelerator in the middle and the three kind of micro accelerators with the barrels feeding off of that. It would all be closed up on the inside of the gun. We were going to make sure we had it inside and out. But there we go. To any passing authorities or prey, or whoever you happen to be pointing your ship at, looks just like a fuel pod, and hopefully with the right gear on, the power signature will stay the same until you open the front doors and open up on them. So here's the little whirl around that we managed to get to do with the doors open. And here we have as far as we got. So there's no colour on this one, but this is where we managed to get one door to actually work. So let's see, there's the actuator arm in the middle there that is supposed to be connected, but it isn't quite, but it kind of is. As I say, we didn't really, I think it was more of a fluke that this kind of works than anything else. But if I line this up roughly with the front, and it all moves open. Yeah, and you can always rewind it as well. And yeah, rewind it too far and bad things happen. But The idea is all 4 doors would do that, revealing the weapon inside, and you can have at your target. But yeah, there we go. Unfortunately, that's as far as we got. Once we started trying to add the moving components to it, we hit a bit of a stone wall with trying to make things move together, trying to just get something attached to something else that moves and doesn't break whilst doing so, let alone getting so far as exporting it and putting it into CryEngine and actually making it do something. So yeah, we gave it a shot. We had some fun, but there's something else I also wanted to show you. Hopefully this will help with those teams that do make it through. I'm sure you've probably already got your own ideas, but I wanted to throw mine out there anyway. This here is a Lego model I have had for I don't know how many years. Something I made a long time ago, shall we just say. But it's probably the most favourite model I've ever made of my own ideas, and it was kind of what I was hoping to base the Starship on if we got so far as doing it. It originally started off as a Sith infiltrator from Star Wars. It was a rather expensive model that I couldn't afford, and so I did my best of making something that was my own, but kind of it ended up changing as it went along. And if this was a ship in the Star Citizen universe, as it is, I would imagine this is actually, rather than something small like a Sith infiltrator, this is actually more going to be Idris size. It's got a small hangar bay in there for a couple of fighters probably, or something along those lines. This is a limitation of Lego. If I made a way, they would slide off the side, down the middle, sliding off like that. Yeah, you've got the main weapons, fixed forward firing, as well as rotating one along the top, and similarly on the bottom. This is the kind of thing I would imagine would pop out of, if these hatches were extended all the way along the bottom, this would pop out and, well, have a reasonable firing arc that it would be able to fire on. And you've got obviously a drive section at the back here, drive engineering. I haven't quite decided, to be honest, if I was going to do something like a bridge along this bit here, or whether I'd put that up at the front. Noticed a lot of the things like the Bengal and the Idris, they like their bridges set back from the front. So that could be a manufacturer thing. But yeah, there it is. I've also rebuilt this in Lego Digital Designer more recently, once I started mucking about with 3D programs, and found this wonderful program that allows me to make Lego models I've never been able to make before. So I'll upload that file, so if anyone wants to have a play with it, they certainly can. And what I might do if I get the time, I might see if I can at least just make a minifig scale version of this, if not for my own amusement. But I hope you've enjoyed. I hope that's provide some sort of inspiration to some of you as well, and I will see you in the verse.